Hi guys, so we're here talking about oxidation reduction reactions, which are also called redox reactions. So you might recall recently that you've learned about other types of reactions, say a precipitate reaction for which the driving force is formation of a precipitate, or perhaps an acid-base reaction for which the driving force is formation of water. So with an oxidation reduction reaction, the driving force is the transfer of electrons, which throughout this section I'll denote as E minus. So redox reactions usually occur between metals and nonmetals to form an ionic compound in which the metal becomes a positively charged ion or a cation and the nonmetal becomes a negatively charged ion or an anion. So you'll recall from your knowledge of the periodic table that metals, group 1 and group 2 elements, usually become cations, and nonmetals from the right side of the periodic table become negatively charged ions. So because we know the conservation of matter tells us that electrons are neither created nor destroyed, that means that in a redox reaction, oxidation and reduction must be coupled. So you cannot have one without the other. So what is oxidation? Oxidation is the loss of electrons, or you can also think of it as the gaining of a positive charge. Reduction is the gain of electrons or the gaining of a negative charge. So you can guarantee that this is going to be a little difficult for you in the beginning to remember that reduction is the gaining of a negative charge. So there is a simple way in which to help remember this.
With Brightstorm, I never get bored learning because all the teachers have really creative ways of teaching.
As a Brightstorm member, I never felt alone when I studied. I knew that if I needed help with my homework or studying for my next big test, I could always log on to Brightstorm and find a video with a teacher who would explain it to me. I never thought I could get such good grades in school, but with Brightstorm, it's easy.
Seriously, I don't know how I survived in school before Brightstorm.
A gold atom might actually mutate into a different atom because they're actually talking about the number of protons. You can't make that face.
Well, can atoms mutate?
Yes!
Really?
That's what I'm trying to teach you.
I just screwed that up, didn't I?
So what we're going to do now is actually find the equation for a specific circle. The one we're looking at has a radius of
A common factor in the numerator and denominator that you can eliminate and then evaluate the resulting limit using, sorry, I gotta do that again. I forgot where to go. Let me start again.
Let's stop that. We got to redo that.
Now the cell walls of plants are surrounded, the cells of let me start over.
So here we've got an independent clause linking to a dependent clause. And that is a comma rule that's not up there, so I'm going to have to start over.